Hey, let me ask you something. How much of your life has been shaped by what other people think of you? Maybe it's the way you dress, or the job that you chose, or even how you speak. Maybe you're constantly wondering, what are they going to say? Or will this make them happy? Well, I get it, because for years I've done the same thing. I've let other people's opinions run the show of my own life. I let their judgments define me. I let their judgments steer my choices, and I let those judgments dictate how I felt about myself. Have you felt that way? Like you're living somebody else's version of your life? Well, today's affirmation is going to help us with that. It's going to remind us of something really powerful. It's this: I am not defined by others' opinions of me. Nope, not at all. This affirmation is part of my Vlogmas series. It's part of my 31 affirmations for neurodivergent minds, which are geared for highly sensitive people or those who identify as neurodivergent, but they're really good for anybody who just kind of needs a pick-me-up and help put them on the path of self-acceptance. So if you're new here, I have a set of 5 free affirmations, and you'll be able to check those out in the link in the description down below and also in the pinned comment. For those of you who might want to dive deeper, you can purchase the full set of 31 affirmations, also in the linked comment and in the description box, in the pinned comment, sorry. These affirmations have really helped me get out of a state of deep burnout that I was in for at least the last year and a half or so. So I'm hoping that they can do the same for you. So here's the thing about others' opinions. Let's get back to that. They are everywhere. You can't escape them. And most of the time, those opinions aren't even about you. Have you ever noticed how quickly people can criticize you? Have you noticed how quickly people pass judgment on other people? Sometimes it's subtle, just like a raised eyebrow or a subtle look on somebody's face. But other times it's a loud and unmistakable, rude or opinionated comment. But here's the truth. Their opinions are a reflection of them. It's a reflection of their own fears and their own insecurities and their own limitations. But we give their opinions so much power over us. Why do we do that? Well, for me, it started really young. I wanted to be liked. I wanted to be to fit in, and I wanted to be seen, especially by my older sister. She always had something to say about the way I dressed, about the way I spoke, about the way I stood, about how I was too quiet, about the way I did my homework, whatever it was, about the way I played with the Barbies, about the way I stacked the blocks, just you name it, she had an opinion about it. So I always felt like I wasn't enough, and I started to shrink myself, and I smoothed my edges to make her like me, to make her want me, because she was my older sister. I wanted to be her at that time. So I was molding myself into what she wanted me to be for her, to make her comfortable. But what about you? Can you remember a time when you felt like that? When someone's opinion changed the way you felt about yourself? You can let me know in the comments. But the problem with living for others' approval is that you can never win that way, right? Because you're chasing a moving target. If it's not this person's opinion, it's that person's opinion. And since they're not the same, their opinions of you are going to be different. Their expectations are going to be different. And in the process, you're going to end up losing sight of who you are. So that's why today's affirmation is important. Let's say it together. It goes like this: I am not defined by others' opinions of me. So take a deep breath. I am not defined by others' opinions of me. Let those words settle in. The truth is, nobody knows you better than you do. You're the one who lives in your skin. You're the one who carries your dreams. You're the one who feels your emotions. What if you started measuring your worth based on your own standards instead of on somebody else's? What if instead of asking, what will they think, instead you asked yourself, does this feel true to me? Here's a question you can reflect on. If other people's opinions didn't matter, what would you do differently in your life? Let's try something together. I want you to think of a time recently when somebody's opinion really upset you. Maybe they criticized a choice you made, or maybe they didn't approve of something important to you. Now I want you to take a moment to ask yourself, did their opinion reflect who I truly am? Or was their opinion rooted in understanding, or was it just a projection of their own fears? Because more than likely, their opinion had little to do with you. I remember a time when I challenged this mindset that others' opinions mattered. It was back in 2008, right after I got divorced, and I moved out on my own, and I got a tattoo on my lower leg right above my ankle on the inside, and it was a tattoo of a constellation with my children's initials in it. And I had gone to pick up my kids from their father's house for my weekend with them, and he saw the tattoo, raised his eyebrow, shook his head, and immediately said, "What did you do that for? You would have never done that before." I knew that it wasn't like, in the realm of possibility when we were married to have gotten a tattoo and to have him accept it. But it was a liberating event for me, a liberating thing for me to do. And I could have allowed it to make me feel small, to allow his comment to make me feel small. But I didn't. I didn't even answer him. I just said, let the kids know that I'm here. And I thought to myself, if this tattoo is bringing me joy, what do I care what he thinks about it? And just like that, in that moment, I kind of reclaimed a piece of myself. I reclaimed my individuality. What's a way you can do that for you? Let me know in the comments. Your story might inspire somebody else. So here's something that I've learned about opinions. They're going to come and go, but it's your relationship with yourself that really matters. That is constant. That doesn't change unless you improve it or you make it worse, but you are always going to be in there with you. That's the part that's constant. Think of it this way. An opinion is kind of like a passing cloud in the sky, right? And that cloud might block the sun for a moment, but it's not going to change the sky. Well, you're the sky, and the opinions are the clouds. The opinions are going to keep coming and going just like the clouds, but you are always going to be there, constant, stable, strong. So the next time somebody offers an unsolicited opinion, this is what I want you to do. I want you to thank them silently, privately, in your own inner experience, and then I want you to let it pass. Just let it go. Turn inward and ask yourself, what do I think? And what do I want in this moment? Because you know what? At the end of the day, you're the one who has to live with your own choices. And if those choices make you happy, that's all that matters. So what's an opinion you're going to let go of today? Think about what that would be. If you've already let go of one, let me know what it was. And I'd love to know how it felt for you. When I started practicing this affirmation way back when I got divorced in 2008, I started to feel lighter. I started to feel more secure in myself. And I stopped bending over backward to please people who would never be satisfied. My ex-husband and lawyers and people who had opinions about about my style of single parenting. But it didn't matter because I started living more authentically to me and how I wanted to live my life. And you know what? The people who were meant to stay with me were my people, and they stayed, and everybody else fell by the wayside. Imagine how freeing it would be for you to let go of other people's opinions. to live your life fully, unapologetically, and on your own terms. Let's say it together one more time. I am not defined by others' opinions of me. You are so much more than what somebody else thinks of you. You are whole, you are worthy, and you are enough just the way you are. If this message resonated with you today, this particular affirmation, I'd love for you to share it with somebody else who you think might benefit from it. You can also like this video because it'll help it get out to other people who might be in need of it. Remember, let go of other people's affirmations and just focus on being your true self. And come back again next time. There'll be another affirmation, or you can watch this playlist here with all of the affirmations that I'll have posted for you this month. Okay, take care. Love you. Protect your peace and affirm yourself. See ya.